Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Namaste. Welcome to session 75 of the Sundarakandam learning series. Today we are starting the 28th Sarga of Sundarakandam. Please tell me if I'm not audible. I'm trying not to strain my voice a bit. Atha Ashtavinshah Sargaha Venyudbandhana Vyavasayaha. As the name of the Sarga suggests, Vyavasayaha means resolution, intent. Okay. What is the intent of Sita Mata? Intent of Sita Mata is to take her life. She's already done Atmahatya Nishchaya, the previous Sargas, right? So here her intent is to take her life. So what is she doing? Veni Udbandhanam. What does that mean? Veni means braid of hair. Udbandhanam means tying. Okay. So she wants to hang herself by means of her long braid of hair. She's Ekaveni Dharano, one who's having one long braid. So she wants to hang herself. Okay. So when we see the Sarga, it is a little sad, but which is why we will not finish with this. We will also go into the next Sarga today. Always customary to never chant 28 alone. 28, 27, 28, 29 can be chanted as a auspicious triumvirate. Or if you're chanting only 28, chant 28 and 29. Don't leave only 29. Helpfully is a small sarga. Okay, so if you're chanting 28, always, and if you finish a parayana also, if you're doing any kind of, I'll teach the parayana kramas later, it should not end with 28 anything. We should always remember that, because 28, the last shloka of that, it definitely arouses our sorrow only. So we should not end with that ever. For Mangalarthe, we always go to 29 and stop, because 29 is actually all these Shubhanimittas. Okay, so even Sita Mata, when she goes through a tough time in life, comes out of it. So that with that hope and positivity only, we must finish that day's parayana. Now, without further ado, we'll go into the circle. Sarakshasendrasya vacho nishamya. Sarakshasendrasya vacho nishamya. Tadravanaśya priyamapriyarta. Tadravanaśya priyamapriyarta. Sita vitatrasa vanante. Sita vitatrasa vanante. Simhabhipanna gajaraja kanya. Simhabhipanna gajaraja kanya. Sarakshasendrasya vacho nishamya. Tadravanaśya priyamapriyarta. Sita vitatrasa vanante. Simhabhipanna gajaraja kanya. Sa Sita Vitatrasa. Vitatrasa means what? She was frightened. You may think Rakshasis have been threatening her, so she is frightened. In the previous Sarga, only Trijata has recounted her dream. She has told the Rakshasis, don't trouble her. If you want to beg for forgiveness and do Sharanagati, you should do it to Sita Mata. Why after that is she frightened? You will have this logical question, no? Answer to that is, this recounting of Trijata's dream happened a little away from where Sita Mata was sitting. Okay, how do we know this? In the previous Sarga, she says, look at her there. You see her left eye trembling, you see her thigh throbbing, all these things that she says, the words that she uses are to say that she is there, not here. Okay, there means where? A little further off. Here means right next to her. So Trijata's recounting of the dream is not heard by Sita Mata. So she continues to be frightened with a trasa. Sa Sita, that Sita. Rakshasendrasya Ravanasya, of the Lord of the Rakshasas, Ravanas. Apriyam tat vachaha nishamya. Apriyam means what? Not at all nice. not at all to her liking. Vachaha, words. Nishamya, having heard. Apriyartha. Apriyartha means without her Priya. Who's her Priya? Rama. Apriyartha means one without Rama, Sita. Vanante, in the middle of the forest or in the edge of the forest. Simhabhipanna, caught by a simha, lion. Gajaraja Kanya, like a young female calf, elephant calf. Okay, like a young female elephant calf. Yatha vitatrasa, like that she was frightened. So here Ravana is being compared to a lion in the forest. Lanka is being compared to a forest. Sita Mata is compared to a young elephant calf which has been tracked by the lion in the forest. How its emotions would be? Scared, fearful. That's what she experienced. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. सा राक्षसी मध्यगता च भीरुः सा राक्षसी मध्यगता च भीरुः वाग्भिर्भृशं रावणतर्जिता च वाग्भिर्भृशं रावणतर्जिता च कान्तारमध्ये विजने विसृष्टा कान्तारमध्ये विजने विसृष्टा बालेव कन्या विललापसीता बालेव कन्या विललापसीता सा राक्षसी मध्यगता च भीरुः वाग्भिर्भृशं रावणतर्जिता च सा राक्षसी मध्यगता च भीरुः वाग्भिर्भृशं रावणतर्जिता च कान्तारमध्ये विजने विसृष्टा बालेव कन्या विललापसीता कान्तारमध्ये विजने विसृष्टा बालेव कन्या विललापसीता टुगेदर सा राक्षसी मध्यगता च भीरुर्वाग्भिर्भृशं रावणतर्जिता च कान्तारमध्ये विजने विसृष्टा बालेव कन्या विललापसीता विललाप wept litlakara rakshasi madhyagata caught in the middle of the rakshasis bhiruhu the timid lady bhrisham excessively vagbihi with their words or with his words ravana tarjita threatened by ravana. So one who was in the middle of the rakshasis and one the timid lady who was excessively threatened and frightened by ravana, sa Sita vijane, in a desolate place, Kantara Madhye, in the middle of the forest, Visrishta Bala Kanya Iva, like an abandoned young girl, Vilalapa, she cried. Okay, so she felt abandoned and hopeless. Okay, being threatened by all these Rakshasis and by Ravana himself, she felt very, very alone and scared. सत्यं बतेदं प्रवदन्ति लोके सत्यं बतेदं प्रवदन्ति लोके नाकालमृत्युर्भवतीति सन्तः नाकालमृत्युर्भवतीति सन्तः यत्राहमेवं परिभत्स्यमाना यत्राहमेवं परिभत्स्यमाना जीवामि किञ्चित् क्षणमप्यपुण्या जीवामि किञ्चित् क्षणमप्यपुण्या सत्यं बतेदं प्रवदन्ति लोके न कालमृत्युर्भवतीति सन्तः सत्यं बतेदं प्रवदन्ति लोके न कालमृत्युर्भवतीति सन्तः yatrahamevam paribhatsyamana jivami kinchit kshanamapya punya yatrahamevam paribhatsyamana jivami kinchit kshanamapya punya. Together. Satyam batidam pravadanti loke na kala mrityur bhavatiti santaha yatrahamevam paribhatsyamana jivami kinchit kshanamapya punya. Jivami, I live, but alas, it is very sad that I am living. Okay, loke, in this world, akatyuhu na bhavati. Untimely death cannot happen. Everyone can die only at the fated time. Before your time comes, even Yama cannot take your life. Correct? It has to happen exactly as per what is ordained in your fate. And that is something, that fate is something which is not known to anyone. Sita Mata says, even I don't know. When is my time? My time should have come. But Akala Mrityu is not possible. That means untimely death is not possible. Na bhavati. Iti idam satyam. It is true indeed that untimely death is not possible. Santaha pravadanti. Wise people, elders say this. Why do they say this? Whenever somebody is in the grip of their karmic fruits and they are suffering, you would sometimes, some of you may have heard older people say, why is Bhagavan not taking me and going? Why has he kept me in this world still? The answer you should give them is Akala Mrityuho na bhavati iti santaha vadanti. Ramayanatli, it is there, you should tell. Why? Till your time comes, you are given a chance. Even our attitude towards suffering, even our attitude towards life's challenges will shape our future janmas and may even help us get rid of janmas. So, everything is to do with attitude only. We saw yesterday in Sundaralari class also. Okay, if we have the right attitude, we will never lose hope. This is not to say a person who is undergoing physical suffering, should, um, wrongly believe that, he may live or she may live longer than what is ordained. That is not possible. Everyone will live, and death is certain for everyone. There is not a single person who's going to get out of this earth alive. Correct? That's why we are called Martyaha. And this loka is called Martya Loka. Our body is called Shariram. What does it mean? Shiryateti Shariram. That which decays is called body. And what do? Sharira Larana. We keep saying, Shariram, Shariram. Shariram is not a positive word. Shariram is a negative word. That which decays. Okay. So, when death is certain for everyone, only thing uncertain or not uncertain to us, because unknown to us, is time of death. Okay. So, what we have to do is, till such time our time comes, every moment is an opportunity. Even if physically we are not able to do something, mentally we can do many things. Yes or no? Mentally we have to engage ourselves in the most positive way possible. Right? Okay. So, akala mrityuho na bhavati iti santaha vadati. Sita Mata is telling to herself. Okay. Pravadanti. Yatra evam paribhatsyamana. Yatra, where, evam, in this way, paribhatsyamana. I am solidly threatened by these people, solidly, troubled by these people. Apunyaham. I don't have punya in my store. That is why I am separated from my beloved Rama. Aham Dina. I am miserable. Kshanamapi jivami. But the very fact that I am living for a moment only is sad. Alas, I am living even for this moment. She is actually talking like a normal human being. How when we meet suffering, what dialogue we will say? She is saying the same thing. Correct? Now we see what the tatparya behind this sarga. I will explain at the end of the sarga. Okay. Sukhat vihinam bahu dukkha purnam. Sukhat vihinam bahu dukkha purnam. Idam tununam hridayam sthiram me. idam tu nunam hridayam sthiram me vishiryate yanna sahasradhatya विशीर्यते यन्न सहस्रधात्य वज्राहतं शृङ्गमिवाचलस्य वज्राहतं शृङ्गमिवाचलस्य सुखाद्विहीनं बहुदुःखपूर्णम् इदं तु नूनं हृदयं स्थिरं मे सुखाद्विहीनं बहुदुःखपूर्णम् इदं तु नूनं हृदयं स्थिरं मे विशीर्यते यन्न सहस्रधात्य वज्राहतं शृङ्गमिवाचलस्य विशीर्यते यन्न सहस्रधात्य वज्राहतं शृङ्गमिवाचलस्य टुगेदर सुखाद्विहीनं बहुदुःखपूर्णम् इदं तु नूनं हृदयं स्थिरं मे विशीर्यते यन्न सहस्रधात्य वज्राहतं शृङ्गमिवाचलस्य विशीर्यते not breaking na vishiryate vishirya means breaking na vishiryate not breaking what is not breaking we'll see sukhat vihenam deprived of happiness bahudukha purnam filled with sadness idam me hridayam this my heart okay my heart which is bereft of happiness and filled with sadness noonam sthiram yat vajra noonam sthiram yat noonam surely yet sthiram that which is so hard that which is so unbreakable that which is so strong vajrahatam achalasya shrungamiva vajrahatam hit by a thunderbolt achalasya shringamiva like the peak of the mountain sahasradha into 1,000 pieces adyana vishirate it is not breaking she is marveling at her heart and it is physically so strong that it is not breaking into 1,000 pieces like how a mountain peak which is hit by even a mountain which looks so strong, no, when it is hit by a strong bolt of lightning, will break into many pieces. Like that, why is my heart not breaking? So, na vishirate. So, Bata from the previous shloka, we should take here also. Na vishirate Bata, alas, it is not breaking. This is her attitude, okay? Oh no, why is my heart not breaking? Naivasti dosham mama nunamatra. See, her heart is not breaking because, why do you think it's not breaking?
She thinks of Rama every time, ma'am.
Correct. She thinks of Rama. In her mind, when there is Rama, when her hridaya is filled with Rama, how can such a heart break? Even when that heart is sad, when Rama is present, it cannot break. Correct. And she is completely following her Pativratya Dharma. So for one who follows Dharma, such inauspicious things will not happen. Because Dharmo rakshati rakshataha, we say, no? Sakshat we see, even in the case of Sita Mata here, she is Ambal, Jagannata herself. Even in her case, obviously Dharma will protect. Naivasti dosham mamanunamatra. Naivasti dosham mamanunamatra. Vadyahamasya priyadarshanasya. Vadyahamasya priyadarshanasya. भावं न चास्याहमनुप्रदातुं भावं न चास्याहमनुप्रदातुं अलं द्विजो मन्त्रमिवात्विजाय अलं द्विजो मन्त्रमिवात्विजाय नैवास्ति दोषं मम नूनमत्र वध्याहमस्य प्रियदर्शनस्य नैवास्ति दोषं मम नूनमत्र वध्याहमस्य प्रियदर्शनस्य भावं न चास्याहमनुप्रदातुम् अलं द्विजो मन्त्रमिवात्विजाय भावं न चास्याहमनुप्रदातुम् अलं द्विजो मन्त्रमिवात्विजाय नैवास्ति दोषं मम नूनमत्र वध्याहमस्य प्रियदर्शनस्य भावं न चास्याहमनुप्रदातुम् anupradatum alam dvijo mantramiva na anupradatum na alamasti. Atra mama doshaha na eva asti. In wanting to give up my life and ruining the fact that I'm still alive, you cannot blame me, she says. Aham, I, apriyadarshanasya yasya, of the ugly, who's this person? Ravana. Apriyadarshanasya yasya, of the ugly. Ugly means what? He may be majestic looking, he may be powerful looking, but to her, he is most apriya. Correct? So, apriyadarshanasya yasya, asya, Ravanasya. Vadya asmi, I am to be killed by him. Because he is just now threatened, given me a 2-month period. If within that I do not accede to his demand, I will be slain by him. Asya bhavam dvijaha advijaya mantramiva anupradatum na alam. Asya bhavam anupradatum. Yesterday in Sundarakandam class, we discussed the meaning of bhavana. Bhavana means what? Attitude. What does bhavam mean? Bhavam comes from the same root word. Okay, what does it mean? Bhavam means feeling. Okay, affection, regard. Okay, if you want to translate it, it's a slightly untranslatable word. The closest English word I would give for it is regard. So, asya bhavam anupradatam, to give him regard. To give him regard means what? To accept him. Even as, to talk to him or to even be in the same space as him. Dvijaha advijaya mantramiva anupradatam. So, Nalam. So, Dvijaha advijaya. Dvija means one who's twice born. Who's twice born? Dvija need not only be a person who's a Brahmin. Because as per our Dharma Shastras, all the 3 Varnas are eligible to take Upadesha. The 4th Varna, as per Dharma Shastra, is an authority on the Karyakrama of even a Yajna, but they do not have the Upadesha of a mantra because they actually do all the work. Every action that is carried out for any religious event or any Yajna or sacrifice or Homa is actually carried out by the 4th Varna too. So they are the backbone of any dharmic ritual. But mantra upadesha is not given to them. Okay. In this Kali Yuga, in the present state, such varna distinctions don't hold. Anyone who is considered by their guru to be qualified to receive a mantra upadesha is twice born. Because the moment you get a mantra upadesha, what happens is, see, you were born from a seed. Correct? In the womb of your mother. Right? You took your first birth then. Yes? When the seed of the mantra is planted in your heart, that grows into an ankura or a sprout. Okay, and this tree, the tree of the normal life, the normal birth that you had, is like the outward pointing tree. Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Urdhva moolam adhashakam ashwattam prahuraviyam chandansi yasya parinani yastam vedasa vedavita. Okay, so all the tree which is planted in normal birth basically leads us to the material world. Okay, and what does it do? It keeps us tied in samsara. That is the purpose of normal birth. When the Dvija gets his second birth in the form of mantropadesha, reverse happens. The tree inverts, goes inward, and you go back to your source. Understood? So instead of taking pravritti marga, we go into nivritti or inward direction. That is, it is a long process, but the purpose of the mantra is that only. So dvijaha means anyone who has got this seed planted in him. Such a person has taken a second birth. Okay, so dvijaha, dvijanmaha yasya. Mantram advijaya. Will he give a person who is not fit to be born again a mantra? No, Because if you are plagued by kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, is your heart going to be fertile to receive the seed? No. We see in Ravana's case, all the bad qualities are there in plenty. Is he fit for Jagannata's regard? Not at all. Just like how a Dvija will not plant a mantra in the heart of a person who is not fit for it, in the same way, I cannot give my regard to that Apriya Darshana Ravana. That is what Mata is saying. So, what is the meaning of that? She is saying it is better for me to take my life than to accrue the sin of being killed by a sinner like him. Even because regard here is not just affection. To to even take a weapon and to cut her, Ravana should have some arhata. She believes that he doesn't deserve to lift a weapon in her presence to kill her. It is better for me to quietly take my life because it is better than to be killed by such a papi. Okay, Govindaraja Bhashyaka, Govindaraja Ramayana Bhushna Bhashya. Okay, he explains in detail. Although for all of us who are not such sticklers, who do not have such standards as Sita Mata, suicide is wrong. Taking our own life is a sin. For somebody who is in that exalted state as Sita Mata, even to take her life, the person should be of a certain standard. Ravana was not of that standard. Understood? So this is how he justifies her Atmahitya Nishchaya. Till now following? Any questions, please ask. There is an ancient commentary, Kataka. Kataka itself means that which purifies. Reading that commentary purifies us. That is the purpose of that commentary. I don't usually quote from it because I usually quote from the three. But one of the three of them sometimes quote Kataka, largely Tilaka. So he says, if Rama is not there, the only alternative for Sita Mata was to end her life, because without Rama, there is no Sita. Okay, so if Rama is not there, she will end her life. This is the logic given by him. Okay. I think I have told most of the explanation. I've summarized it and told. We'll move to the next shloka. There are no questions. Nunam mamanganyachare. Sorry. Nunam mamanganya. Sorry. Nunam mamanganyachiradanaryaha. नूनं ममाङ्गान्यचिरादनार्यः शस्त्रैश्चितैश्चेत्स्यति राक्षसेन्द्रः शस्त्रैश्चितैश्चेत्स्यति राक्षसेन्द्रः तस्मिन्ननागच्छति लोकनाथे तस्मिन्ननागच्छति लोकनाथे गर्भस्थजन्तोरिव शल्यकृन्तः गर्भस्थजन्तोरिव शल्यकृन्तः नूनं ममाङ्गान्यचिरादनार्यः शस्त्रैश्चितैश्चेत्स्यति राक्षसेन्द्रः नूनं ममाङ्गान्यचिरादनार्यः शस्त्रैश्चितैश्चेत्स्यति राक्षसेन्द्रः तस्मिन्ननागच्छति लोकनाथे गर्भस्थजन्तोरिव शल्यकृन्तः तस्मिन्ननागच्छति लोकनाथे गर्भस्थजन्तोरिव शल्यकृन्तः नूनं ममाङ्गान्यचिरादनार्यः शस्त्रैश्चितैश्चेत्स्यति राक्षसेन्द्रः तस्मिन्ननागच्छति लोकनाथे गर्भस्थजन्तोरिव शल्यकृन्तः. Meaning, चेत्स्यति will cut. Lokanathe tasmin anagachati sati. Who's Lokanatha? Rama. If Rama doesn't come, okay, if he does not come, anagachati sati, okay, if he does not come, anaryaha rakshasendraha, this ignoble, vile lord of the Rakshasas, shalyakrantaha garbhasthajantorivaha, iva mama angani nunam shitaihi shatrehi chetsyati. What does it mean? Shalyakrantaha. Shalyakrantaha in common usage means a barber. Okay. Garbhastha jantoriva. Garbhastha, situated in the womb. Jantu, fetus. Iva, like that. Mama angani, my limbs. Noonam, surely. Shitaihi shatraihi, with sharp instruments. Chetsyati, he will cut. Okay, Ravana, that wild Rakshasa, if Rama doesn't come to save me on time, will surely cut up my body with sharp instruments, like how a barber would abort a fetus in the womb. So in those days, the barber used to do the job of abortion. Shalyakrantaha. More sophisticated, therefore surgeons can be called Shalyakrantaha, but they're not really called that. What does Shalyakranta mean? Anyone who operates with a sharp weapon. Okay, there is a second meaning. There's a pun here. Valmiki Maharishi, when he writes even such a sad Sarga, will show his mastery over literature. There is a double meaning here. Shalyakrantaha garbhastha jantoriva mama angani chetsyati. There is an example from the Puranas of a Shalyakranta. Shalyakranta means what? Another meaning of Shalya is mountain. Kranta means what? One who cuts the mountain. Who was the person who cut mountains? We saw in first Sarga. Do you remember? Who was it?
Indra.
Indra. Garbhastha jantoriva. Who was the person who was inside the Garbha? Whom Indra cut?
Marut.
Parikshit.
Maruts. The Parikshit Ashwatthama wanted to cut. But what Indra did was, did tapasya to get a child who is more powerful than Indra, who will kill Indra. So Indra took the form of a Sukshma Swarupa, went into the womb of Diti and cut up the fetus into 49 parts. The parts all cried. Rut. He said, Marut, don't cry. Do Marut, and they became Maruts. When they were born, the fetuses thought that Indra was their great friend and leader. Instead of treating him as their enemy, the Maruts followed Indra everywhere. And that is why you see Indra with the Maruts even today. Okay, so the Garbhastha Jantoho refer to the Maruts and Shalyakrantaha refers to Indra. Okay, so like that, Ravana will kill me, says Sita Mata. Okay, so I hope the meaning of this particular shloka is clear. We move forward. Dukham batedam mama dukhitaya. Dukham batedam mama dukhitaya. Masau chirayadhigamishyato dvau. Masau chirayadhigamishyato dvau. Baddhasya vadhyasya tatha nishante. Baddhasya vadhyasya tatha nishante. Rajoparodhadiva. Rajoparodhadiva. Taskarasya. It should have been Rajoparadhadiva. Please correct it. I think in the chanting file when I recorded as Rajoparod only because it was there in the book. The meaning has to be Rajoparadhadiva. So we'll chant it like that. Baddhasya vadhyasya tatha nishante. Rajoparadhadiva taskarasya. Dukham together. Dukham batedam mama dukhitayah. Masau chirayadhigamishyato dvau. Baddhasya vadhyasya tatha nishante. Rajoparadhadiva taskarasya. Idam dukkam, but five on this sadness. What is she saying? Raja paradhat, due to offending the king. Vadhyasya, of the captured one. Nishante vadhyasya, at daybreak one who is to be executed. Taskarasya iva, like a thief. like a thief who is going to be executed at daybreak because he has offended the king. Dukkitayaha mama, I the sad one, my, of the sorrowful one. Dvau masau, 2 months. Chiraya, for a long time. Adhigamishyataha, will pass by. Idam dukkam bata. How to lead this sadness, how to bear this sadness. So, what is the meaning here? The sorrow, see, the anticipation of extremely, horrible thing like a violent end is something that kills more than the violent end itself. Correct? So, like how a person who's to be executed at daybreak, will he be able to sleep? She feels that she's going to be executed in 2 months' time. So, she's that miserable as a person who's going to be executed at daybreak. So, this sadness, this sorrow, fie on it, she says. Ha Ramaha Lakshmanaha Sumitre. Ha Ramaha Lakshmanaha Sumitre. Ha Rama Mata Sahame Jananya. Ha Rama Mata Sahame Jananya. Esha Vipadyam Yahamalpa Bhagya. Esha Vipadyam Ahamalpa Bhagya. Maharnave Nauriva Mudhavata. Maharnave Nauriva Mudhavata. Ha Ramaha Lakshmanaha Sumitre. Ha Rama Mata Sahame Jananya. Ha Ramaha Lakshmanaha Sumitre. Ha Rama Mata Sahame Jananya. Esha Vipadyam Yahamalpa Bhagya. Maharnave Nauriva Mudhavata. Esha Vipadyam Ahamalpa Bhagya. Maharnave Nauriva Mudhavata. Together. Ha Ramaha Lakshmanaha Sumitre. Ha Rama Mata Sahame Jananya. Esha Vipadyam Yahamalpa Bhagya. Maharnave Nauriva Mudhavata. Vipadyami, I will perish. Ha Rama, alas Rama. Ha Lakshmana, alas O Lakshmana. Ha Sumitre, alas O Sumitra. Ha Rama Mataha, alas O Kausalya. Me Jananyasaha, along with my mother. Alpabhagya Esham Aham, I, the unfortunate one. Maharnave Mudhavata Nauriva, in a massive ocean. Arnava means ocean. Okay. When we say Vidyaranava, we mean ocean of knowledge, right? Like that Maharnava means great ocean. Mudhavata, whirlwind. Nauriva, by a whirlwind. Nauriva, like a boat. Vipadyami, I will perish. So what is a Mudhavata? Mudhavata is in Amarakosha, there are different names for wind also. Prakampano Mahavata, Janjhavatasya Prishtikaha. That is a line from Amarakosha, Mahavata line. Prakampane Mahavata. Mahavata is Chitta Vibhramakaha Vata. The kind of wind that leaves you confused. What is that wind? Whirlwind. So Mahavata is an ancient name for a whirlwind. When a whirlwind happens in the ocean, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's called a tornado, right? So, like how a boat which is caught in a tornado will perish, in the same way, caught in the midst of Ravana, I will perish. So, why is she addressing Rama? We can understand. Lakshmana, oh, I didn't listen to you. Parama Bhagavata, I'm sorry. Oh, Lakshmana. Why is Sumitra getting precedence over Kausalya? Kausalya getting precedence over her own mother, you will say, oh, okay, her dharma as a, married woman, she's accepting her mother-in-law as her above her mother. Okay. Why is Sumitra above Kausalya? Any guesses?
Lakshmana's mother.
So why?
Because she told Lakshmana to take care of Rama and Sita. That is his dharma, she told.
Correct. And what has Sita Mata done in return?
She did not listen to Lakshmana's word and asked him to find Rama.
And she accused him of
Of
wanting her for himself. And because of those words, hurtful words, she's always guilty. Later she'll mention also, always guilty towards Lakshmana. And now she's feeling guilty towards his mother. Because of her, they're all in a situation where she doesn't know whether Rama and Lakshmana are still alive. Because earlier only she's reasoned. If they were alive, they would have come for me. Later also she'll reason. So that knowledge is there. So the constant fear, it is not just for her own fate, but it is also for what has happened to Rama and Lakshmana. She is not selfishly sorrowing about her own plight. She is equally concerned about Rama and Lakshmana's plight, which is why they are coming. Sumitra is coming before Kausalya. Because of me, your son maybe have perished. So Sumitra, Sumitra. Okay. So that is why. And why is she calling herself Alpa Bhagya? Because my Bhagyam is less, she says, because she feels she cannot live with her husband for a long time. She feels that is her real Bhagyam, and without that, she is Alpa Bhagya only. Tarasvinau, okay, that point was made by Anantarama Dikshitar in his Upanyas. Tarasvinau dharayata mrigasya. Tarasvinau dharayata mrigasya. सत्वेन रूपम् अनुजेन्द्रपुत्रौ सत्वेन रूपम् अनुजेन्द्रपुत्रौ नूनं विशस्तौ मम कारणात्तौ नूनं विशस्तौ मम कारणात्तौ सिंहर्षभौ द्वाविव वैद्युतेन सिंहर्षभौ द्वाविव वैद्युतेन तरस्विनौ धारयता मृगस्य सत्वेन रूपम् अनुजेन्द्रपुत्रौ तरस्विनौ धारयता मृगस्य सत्वेन रूपम् अनुजेन्द्रपुत्रौ नूनं विशस्तौ मम कारणात्तौ सिंहर्षभौ द्वाविव वैद्युतेन नूनं विशस्तौ मम कारणात्तौ सिंहर्षभौ द्वाविव वैद्युतेन तरस्विनौ धारयता मृगस्य सत्वेन रूपम् अनुजेन्द्रपुत्रौ नूनं विशस्तौ मम कारणात्तौ सिंहर्षभौ द्वाविव वैद्युतेन Vishastau. See, now she's explaining. She's worried that Rama and what has happened to Rama and Lakshmana. Mrigasya rupam dharayata. By some satvena. By a being which had taken the form of a mriga. She realizes that the golden deer was magical. So by a being that had taken a magical form, Tarasvinautau, the two swift ones, Manujendra Putrau, the two princes, Vaidyutena, by a bolt of lightning, Dvau Simharishabhau iva, like two young mighty lions at the prime of their lives. Two mighty young male lions cannot be killed by normal biological reasons. It must require something like a lightning strike to kill them. So like that, Mama Karanat, Nunam Vishasto, maybe they have also perished because of me. Those two which were led away by that magical being may have been slain by it due to some kind of a magic. Okay. Is the meaning clear? I'll move forward. नूनं सकालो मृगरूपधारी नूनं सकालो मृगरूपधारी मामल्पभाग्यां लुलुभे तदानीं मामल्पभाग्यां लुलुभे तदानीं यत्रार्यपुत्रं विससर्ज मूढा यत्रार्यपुत्रं विससर्ज मूढा रामानुजं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं च रामानुजं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं च नूनं सकालो मृगरूपधारी मामल्पभाग्यां लुलुभे तदानीं नूनं सकालो मृगरूपधारी मामल्पभाग्यां लुलुभे तदानीं यत्रार्यपुत्रं विससर्ज मूढा रामानुजं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं च यत्रार्यपुत्रं विससर्ज मूढा रामानुजं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं च टुगेदर नूनं सकालो मृगरूपधारी मामल्पभाग्यां लुलुभे तदानीं यत्रार्यपुत्रं विससर्ज मूढा रामानुजं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं च. Okay, so here Visasarja sent away. Noonam sahakalaha, surely this time. Mrigarupadhari, time has taken the form of a magical deer. It is, what does she mean? Fate is the thing that has caused the magical deer to come in our lives. Tadanim, then. Alpabhagyam mam, unfortunate me. Lulubhe, tempted. This happens to some of us, no? Before a fall, sometimes it is temptation that causes us to fall. Correct? So she says, it is fate only that causes temptation in the form of a deer to come in my day. Okay? Yatra, because I am such an unfortunate person that I fell prey to that temptation. So that is why we should not flagellate ourselves if we commit a wrong. Sita Mata also did it. The point is to come out of it in a positive way. Correct? So, yatra moodha, where I was so foolish, Ramanujam, Lakshmana Purvajam, Aryaputrancha, Visasarja. Aryaputram means son of a noble king. For Ramanuja, the first person she sent, which she is really regretting, is not Rama in search of the deer. The first person she sent, really regrets sending is Rama Anuja, Ramasya Anuja Lakshmana. Because Rama might have even come back. But it was she who was so foolish. After asking for the deer, she said, no, go after Rama. Something has happened to him, to Lakshmana. So the first person she regrets sending is Lakshmana, Ramanujam. Next is Lakshmana Purvaja. Why did I send Rama? So, and the very usage of the words Ramanuja, Lakshmana Purvaja indicates that for Lakshmana, the word used is Ramanuja. For Rama, the word used is Lakshmana Purvaja, to show that the two brothers are as close as peas in a pod. They are so close to each other. They love each other so much. Okay, so that is why, to show that dhvani, these words have been used by Valmiki Maharishi. Okay, so Paraspara Sadrishyam is there between Rama and Lakshmana. Aryaputra, son of Dasharatha. So Visasarja, I sent away. Okay, and that to Lakshmana, who is so noble, I spoke such bitter words. So that is why. And to one like his elder brother, who's an Ekapatni Vrataha, I spoke harsh words. Because he is just like his brother. To such a person, I spoke such harsh words. So she's regretting it. That is why Ramanujan comes first. And here, remember, the word, for those who know Sanskrit, the verb used in this particular shloka is Visasarja. Visasarja comes from Srijdhatu. Lit lakara. Lit lakara is used for paroksha. Paroksha means what? Very far in the past. Sita Mata ke liye, it is not very far in the past. Still, it is a dialogue made by her, where she is actually saying, Visasarja, I sent away long ago. Why? Here, Ramayana Tilaka commentary has the answer. It says, Aparokshepi. Although it did not happen in Paroksha, although it is Aparoksha, those of you who don't follow Sanskrit, it's okay if you don't understand. Those of you who follow Sanskrit will find it interesting, so listen and understand. So, Aparokshepi, although it is not Paroksha, Chitta Vikshepadina Paroksham Aropya. Previous shloka only we said, no, Mudavata iva. She is so confused. Chitta Vikshepa has happened. She is so upset. by her circumstances that unwittingly she uses slit like that. By reporting it, Valmiki Maharishi is conveying her state of mind. That is what we must understand. Is it clear? So for those who know Sanskrit, I'm sure you'll appreciate this point, which is why I took the this one, and others should forgive me. Okay, so I'll move forward. Ha Rama Satyavrata Dirghabaho, Ha Rama Satyavrata Dirghabaho, Ha Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra, Ha Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra, Ha Jivalokasya Hitah Priyascha, Ha Jivalokasya Hitah Priyascha, Vadhyam Namam Vetsi Rakshasanam, Vadhyam Namam Vetsi Rakshasanam. Together. Ha Rama Satyavrata Dirghabaho, Ha Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra, Ha Jivalokasya Hitah Priyascha, Vadhyam Namam Vetsi Rakshasanam. Vadhyam na vetsi. Na vetsi. Madhyama Purushaha. You are not aware. She is talking to Rama now. Mentally, she is talking to Rama. Ha Rama. O Rama. Alas. She addresses him with many epithets. They are all in Sambodhana Pratama. Please note. Hey Satyavrata. O one who's truth, who's always true to his vows. Correct? Satyavrata. Dirghavahu. Mighty shouldered one. Purna Chandra Pratimana Vaktra, one whose face is like a full moon. Ha, alas. Jivalokasya Hitaha Priyascha. Jivalokasya Hitaha, one who is always intent on the welfare of other beings in the world, all beings in the world. Priyaha, one who is dear to me. Okay, Ha Rama. Mam Rakshasanam Vadhyam. I am going to be killed by the Rakshasas. Now wait, see, you are not aware, no. So she's sending out one ranting dialogue to her husband who's not present. It starts from, you stick to your vows, you are so mighty, you have a beautiful, handsome face, you protect the entire world, and then the clinching point, you are my beloved. Okay, if only you knew that I'm going to be slain by these Rakshasas, would you leave me like this? Now wait, see, you're not aware. Okay, see, just the previous shloka, she said, this is Sarga. Where I sent them away so long ago that I don't even know how long ago. In this shloka, it is as if Rama is literally present in front of her mind's eye. This also shows the extent of her sorrow and the extent of her, depth of despair. Okay. And the underlying dhvani of this shloka is just like how we complain to our husbands. I'm going through so much difficulty. Have you forgotten my plight? How can you leave me like this? Okay. So this is exactly, how can you leave me to be eaten by the Rakshasas? Next shloka. Ananya devatvamiyam kshamacha. Ananya devatvamiyam kshamacha. Bhumau cha shayya niyamascha dharme. Bhumau cha shayya niyamascha dharme. Pativratattvam viphalam mamedam. Pativratattvam viphalam mamedam. Kritam kritaghnesviva manushanam. Kritam kritaghnesviva manushanam. Ananyadevatvamiyam kshamacha. Bhumau cha shayya niyamascha dharme. Ananyadevatvamiyam kshamacha. Bhumau cha shayya niyamascha dharme. Pativratattvam viphalam mamedam. Kritam kritaghnesviva manushanam. Pativratattvam viphalam mamedam. kritam kritagneshviva manushanam. Together. Ananya devatvamiyam kshama cha bhumau cha shayya niyamascha dharme pativratattvam viphalam mamedam kritam kritagneshviva manushanam. Viphalam asti. It is futile. Now her next part of the complaint is, you're not aware only I'm suffering like this. Next part of her complaint is, I have followed dharma. Why have you still? Just 1 second. Hello, Rama, I'm in Sundarakandam class. I'll finish and call you back. Yeah. So, yeah. I have followed dharma. How can you abandon me? How can my anushtana be futile? Ananya devatvam yam. The very fact that I have seen no other God but you, to me the only God is my husband. Ananya devatvam. Okay. Yam kshama. I have been extremely patient and tolerant. Her nature is that no, she's Bhuma Devi. How can she be anything but full of kshama, full of tolerance? Bhumau Shayya, I have been maintaining a vow that without you, I will not even sleep on a Durva grass mat. I've been sleeping on the plain ground. Dharme niyamahacha. I've been following every part of my dharma as a chaste wife. I have maintained discipline. Okay. Pati, I have not even been eating. Her form is emaciated, right? Pativratattvam, my chastity. Mama idam, all this. Mama idam, we should add the words dharmam here if you want. My dharmam, okay. Kritaghaneshu manushanam kritamiva viphalam. Kritaghaneshu. Again, example is given. When the word iva is there, you must understand. A parallel is being drawn, an example is being given. What is the example? Kritaghaneshu. Among ungrateful people. Manashanam kritamiva. Like help done. Nature of people in Kali Yuga is lack of gratitude. Yes or no? Like that, it is futile. To see, any good act done with the expectation of gratitude is wrong for us. But that doesn't mean that gratitude should not be shown. Similarly, dharma followed with the expectation that it will protect may be wrong, but that does not mean that dharma should not protect. You follow? I'll repeat it if you don't. We must do good things. Should we do good things expecting somebody to say thank you, thank you, thank you? No need. We will do good things because we want to do good things. Right act. Same way, we will do dharma because we have to do dharma. We won't do it dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. We'll say every day and do. No, we'll do dharma because our nature is to do dharma. Same way, just because good things are done without an expectation of gratitude, and gratitude is not shown by people, that is wrong, right? In the same way, dharma should not fail to protect. In the case of dharma, at least, if it fails to protect, dharma will get a bad name. Yes or no? Because we all celebrate dharmo rakshati rakshitaha, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. We all celebrate. So power, dharma also will yield fruit. But this lack of gratitude, no, nobody will punish. That is why it is a worse sin. Okay. Anything, that is why we say no, any small thing. It is not just for people giving things or teaching or explaining or helping or anything. It is for even the very air that we breathe. How many of us are cognizant of the fact that the air that we breathe is not free? Bhagavan has put us in this body, so the nose is working and we are able to take in the air. If we are dead, we can't breathe. And that's why we say Bhumoskripapadana Bhumi Devavanam. We say no, the first, that's why we do Bhumi Padasparsha Kshama, we pray no every day morning when we place our feet on the ground. because Bhuma Devi is bearing our weight. So iyam kshamacha. So it is like literally Bhuma Devi complaining. Bhuma Devi complained, that's why Ramavatara happened. She went up to Lord Vishnu and said, I'm not able to bear the weight of these Rakshasas. Now she's saying, I'm showing this weight. I'm showing that I'm bearing this weight. Still, it is like this only. Like gratitude not shown only, dharma is not protecting me. Okay. Here, why Kshama is specifically taken? One meaning, obviously, as per Sahitya, we can say that she is showing extreme tolerance, waiting for Rama to come. Tilaka says, I can destroy in the matter of a blink of an eye. That is my power. Remember, we saw who is she? Kalaratri, the most powerful of the Navadurgas. And what is her form here? Penine. Why? Extreme tolerance. Kalaratri in the filter of Bhuma Devi shows extreme kshama. Okay, so that is what she is showing. I can destroy by a curse, but I'm not doing it. She is, although she knows she can destroy by a curse, she feels that she should take her life rather than destroy by a curse. What does it show? Extreme adherence to dharma. Okay, I hope you're following this. Okay, next shloka. If you don't and you want me to explain again, because I'm referencing to previous sargas also, if you have doubts, you can ask.
Total gist, madam.
Sorry?
Total gist once again, madam.
Gist of?
Total gist of the shloka.
Although I have not, she's addressing Rama as per the previous shloka, Ha Rama. Okay, she's continuing. I have not seen, I don't have any other god except Rama, she says. And I have shown extreme compassion, extreme patience. I have been adhering to my Pativratya Dharma. I have been sleeping on the ground. Without you, I've been following every niyama. Okay, despite all that, my Dharma is Viphala. Just like a good act done does not bear fruit in this world of ungrateful people. Okay, Dharma not protecting is bad, but not showing gratitude is worse. Okay. So how can we show gratitude to the air that we breathe? I mean, interesting question, because we got into that point. Does anyone know? How can we show gratitude to the air that we breathe?
Plant trees, ma'am.
All that is there, yes. The geographical things, yes. I mean, so not geographical, environmental things are all there, yes. Most important, we should follow, definitely. And that's why we say, no, Sanatana Dharma is extremely conducive and extremely believes in living in harmony with nature. Correct, that is true, definitely. Radha, did you want to share?
No, not polluting it is one. And then also being grateful that you're alive. Like yesterday's class, you said, no, that remembering that that nyasa or surrendering that you are enabling me to breathe today, this second. Grateful for being able to breathe.
Correct. And when that happens, we won't complain. One way to be grateful is not to complain, to count the blessings. Right. So, Rekha ji, did you have something?
Performing yajna, ma'am, because we are polluting it.
5 yajnas we have to do, correct? If you don't know what the 5 yajnas are, please see the Vidya Parampara video on what are the Panchamaha yajnas. Okay? If you've not seen the video, if anybody has seen it, Bhuvana ji, if possible, put the link in the group. So we have to do those. That's a part of our Nitya Anushan. We should do it. Okay, everybody should do it, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your occupation. You should do it. The other thing is becoming more mindful, because what we, it's very, when we take something, no, we should never take selfishly. Even space, correct? Because everything is given by Bhagavan only. So take everything mindfully with a sense of gratitude. And also the feeling that you're getting Bhagavan's prasada. Even the air we breathe is her prasada. The sound we hear is her prasada. Right? The words we speak are her words. So it's the attitude of Japo Jalpashita, basically. Right? Next shloka will. Harika ji.
Ma'am, in the previous shloka, Kshama, you specified, no, ma'am, that she is Kalratri in the form of Bhudevi or Bhumata. So you said that she thinks that attempting a suicide is more better than killing Ravana.
Correct.
So if killing that is against the dharma, you said, but
Yes.
the other forms of Devi have killed Rakshasas. So how is it
Correct.
different from this dharma and that dharma?
Correct. See, the every form of the Devi that has killed a Rakshasa has done with the permission of Lord, has done it with the permission of Lord Shiva. Okay, every time the Devas have approached, or Brahma has approached, every time Devi manifests in different forms as Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. In the entire Devi Durga Saptashati, you will find that all her manifestations are with the permission of Lord Shiva. When he says, go forth and do it, you are my Shakti. My Shakti will do it. Even Lalita Sastramam, when we see Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, before that, in the Purva Bhaga, the story of her avatara comes. Okay, why does she come from the Chidagni? On petition from all the Devas. And Bandasura can be compared to a biological weapon, right? So he was from within, he was destroying them. Like cancer. Correct. So it had to be destroyed from within. We know what destroys us from within. There's a huge analogy there of our lives. Correct. So Bandasura is present within us. Ahankara, ego. And all the ripus manifest. Ego has its own retinue of evil people. Shadripus. They all manifest. So all within us. So the battle happens within. Therefore, where does she manifest from? Chit Agni. Why even she comes? Because Shiva tells her, come, Parashakti does. She comes out. So here, Kalaratri's job is to kill Asuras. She does it. But here, she has taken on the veneer of Bhuma Devi. So, it's a role she plays. The dharma varies according to the role you play. For example, if you're a bus conductor, you cannot suddenly drive the bus. Even though you may know driving. Correct? So she knows to kill, capable of killing, but won't kill because it is not her dharma at that point of time. She is showing extreme adherence to dharma. In today's modern world, if you and I are threatened, we will surely harm the person who's threatening us because we call it self-defense, we will do it. Because at our level, it is required. At her level, this is what she says is required. Understood? Now, that is why nobody says you have, that is Sri Raksha Stotram and all we are chanting. Why? We believe that we should, self-defense is important for women. Correct? This Sarga, please don't confuse and think she's a wimp. She's not. She's a very great soul. We don't understand her level. That's how you should understand it. Don't think that she's one weak character. She's actually very strong. I'm capable of doing it. I'm not doing it because it is not my role to do it. And I believe that even giving up my life is better than doing this. Because what am I giving up? The whole point of what she's giving up is what we'll discuss at the end of the 20th shloka. And always remember, let it run in the back of your mind. I'm not telling it again and again. All this is being told loudly. Ha Rama, Ha Lakshmana, Ha Rama. Who's hearing? Hanuman is hearing everything. So he is also feeling he's crying. You should imagine him on the tree crying tears. Although Valmiki Maharshi doesn't mention, probably because he's also very moved. When see, Jagannatha is sorrowing, we ourselves look at our mood. We are all somber. So imagine how his plight would have been when he was writing it. So he probably did not talk about Hanuman's reaction, but we must imagine Hanuman sitting on that Simshipa tree, shedding tears of sorrow for Jagannatha's plight. Okay. So now we'll come to the 30th shloka. Yeah. मोघो हि धर्मश्चरितो मयायम् मोघो हि धर्मश्चरितो मयायम् तथैकपत्नीत्वमिदं निरर्थम् तथैकपत्नीत्वमिदं निरर्थम् या त्वां न पश्यामि कृशा विवर्णा या त्वां न पश्यामि कृशा विवर्णा हीना त्वया सङ्गमने निराशा हीना त्वया सङ्गमने निराशा मोघो हि धर्मश्चरितो मयायम् टुगेदर तथैकपत्नीत्वमिदं निरर्थम् या त्वां न पश्यामि कृशा विवर्णा हीना त्वया सङ्गमने निराशा. Then niratham, it is meaningless. Ya tvam na pashyami. If I'm not able to see you, tvaya hina, without you, all this is to Rama. Sangamane nirasha. There is no hope of me reuniting with you. Krisha, Vivarana. Krisha means what? One who is emaciated due to fasting. Vivarana, one who is very pale. Maya, by me. Charitaha ayam dharmaha. Followed this dharma. This dharma that I have followed. Mogahi is certainly vain. In vain. Mogaha means in vain. It is not moha. Please don't confuse with moha. Moha means delusion. Mogha means vain. That is why in Vishnu Sahasranam we have a name of our Lord Vishnu, Amogha, one whose actions never go in vain. Every action that he does is purposeful, it yields great siddhis. So here, but it is Moghahi. My following of Dharma is in vain only. Tatha idam ekapatnitam nirartham. In this way, even my chastity has become meaningless. So she's ruining. Why did my dharma not protect me? Okay, we will try to do one, at least we have to do 20 and move on to the next sarga was my hope today. But in the interest of time, what I'm going to do is go directly, we should never chant only 28 and stop there. We will go to 29, chant the shlokas there and stop the class.
अथ एकोन
Let's chant this sarga. Just chant with me as much as you're able to follow anyway and teach this. तथागतां तां यथितामनिन्दितां व्यपेतहर्षां परितीनमानसां शुभां निमित्तानि शुभानि भेजिरे नरं श्रिया जुष्टमिवोपजीविनः तस्याशुभं वाममरालपक्ष्म राजीवृतं कृष्णविशालशुक्लं प्रास्पन्दतैकं नयनं सुकेश्या मीनाहतं पद्ममिवाभिताम्रं भुजश्च चार्वञ्चितपीनवृत्तः परार्ध्यकालागरुचन्दनार्हः अनुत्तमेनाध्युषितः प्रियेण चिरेण वामः समवेपताशु गजेन्द्रहस्तप्रतिमश्च पीनः तयोर्द्वयोः संहतयोः सुजातः प्रस्पन्दमानः पुनरूरुरस्य रामं पुरस्तात् स्थितमाचचक्षे शुभं पुनर्हेमसमानवर्णम् ईषद्रजोध्वस्तमिवामलक्ष्याः वासस्थितायाः शिखराग्रदन्त्याः किञ्चित् परिस्रंसतचारुगात्र्याः एतैर्निमित्तैरपरैश्च सुभ्रूः सम्बोधिता प्रागपि साधुसिद्धैः वातातपक्लान्तमिव प्रणष्टम् वर्षेण बीजं प्रति सञ्जहर्ष तस्याः पुनर्बिम्बफलोपमोष्ठं स्वक्षिभ्रुकेशान्तमरालपक्ष्म वक्त्रं बभासे स्मितशुक्लदंष्ट्रं राहोर्मुखात् चन्द्र इव प्रमुक्तः सावीतशोकाव्यपनीततन्द्री शान्तज्वरा हर्षविवृद्धसत्त्वा अशोभतार्या वदनेन शुक्ले शीतांशुना रात्रिरिवोदितेन इति श्रीमद् रामायणे सुन्दरकाण्डे 39 सर्गाः. So we see we should never chant only 28. We should always complete with 29. We have done that now. So we can stop the recording. I'm able to do it. Wait, I'm able to do it, Bhagini. I've done it.